Hey guys, it's JillianVita. Welcome back to my channel. So in my Carly by Belle Deluxe Edition palette giveaway video, I asked you guys to put in the comments the type of videos that you want to see me do because I just love to do things that, people are interested in me doing. So I got a lot of requests for tutorials and makeup looks and get readies with me. And I got one special request for something a little more personal that would be more of like a story time. And I think I want to do that one today and share a little bit more about myself with you guys because my last few videos have been about makeup and I do want to kind of have a little bit of variety on this channel, and I want you guys to get to know me as well. And I think it's super important for you guys to get to know me and the things that I've been through in my life because I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to it. So what was requested was to do a story time of the struggles that I have been through in my life and how I overcame them. So starting off, growing up, I was pretty overweight. I was like a chubby kid and I had a lot of self-confidence issues. I played softball, so I had very much like a softball body, which is like stockier and heavier and thicker. But at the time, being thick wasn't in style at all. It was very much the Britney era, so it was very skinny, very blonde. And that just wasn't me. So I had a lot of issues growing up with my self-image. I didn't feel pretty. I felt like one of the boys a lot of the time. And it really affected me a lot as I was growing up and as I got to high school. My self-esteem really took a hit. Growing up, it was difficult for me to really even find myself attractive. So when I graduated high school, like I said, I was a bit overweight. So when I graduated high school, I decided the summer that I was going to college that I would stick to a really strict diet and exercise routine, and I lost 40 pounds over that summer. So my highest weight was 182, and that was about the time that I graduated high school. So I would jog every single day in the park for like 2 or 3 hours, and then I would go to get a salad with some chicken, and that would be probably what I would basically survive off of. So at the time, I thought I was being super healthy, and I thought that I was being, super proactive about my weight, and I really thought that I was like doing something great for myself, but it kind of turned into more of like an addiction where I started to exercise way too much. I started to restrict food a lot, and I actually got down to 118 pounds within about a year or two, and I'm 5'7", so for me to have been 118 pounds is actually severely underweight for me. And because I was on such a weird exercise routine and such a weird vigorous diet, anytime I would fall off the diet or stop exercising, I would gain weight back really, really fast. So when you go from being small, the smallest you've ever been, to going kind of almost back to where you were when you were the heaviest you ever were, it kind of plays with your emotions a lot, and it kind of does do a lot of damage to your self-esteem. So then I found myself basically secluding myself from the outside world and relationships and my family, and I definitely fell into kind of a depression where I didn't leave my house for like 6 months because I was so unhappy with myself, and I was in such a bad place, and I was just so unhappy with who I became and what I was doing with my life, and I felt like a failure for so many reasons, and it was just really difficult for me to accept the fact that this is who I was at this point. So I actually decided to get help for myself, and I started intense therapy, and it took me about 28 days of inpatient treatment to really find myself and to really become healthy again. And this is when I was 26. So I actually spent my 26th birthday in the treatment center. I actually woke up the first day in the treatment center and it was my birthday. So at first I was kind of, mad that I had to spend my birthday there. But looking back, it was the best birthday present I think I've ever gotten in my life. My parents and my family were super concerned about me, and I just didn't really know how to cope with anything, and I didn't really know how to deal with it on my own. So finally, I just gave in, and I realized and I recognized that I really needed to get help. So they had been trying to get me help for years, and I was just so resistant of it. It caused a lot of problems. I lost a lot of time with my family and a lot of experiences with my family, and I can never get those back. But finally, I had a talk with one of my aunts on Mother's Day, and she just came over to my house, and I didn't attend Mother's Day, and all of my family were together. So she came to my house, and I was by myself, and she basically just set me straight and begged me to get help. And soon after that, I realized that I really did need help with this because it wasn't changing on my own. So like I said, I went to a treatment facility for 28 days, and then I've been going to therapy pretty much ever since then. I'm still not going to say that I'm 1,000% confident in myself, but I have accepted myself for who I am. And I think that's the most important thing that I have learned, is just to accept yourself for who you are, because there are so many different people. Everybody looks different. Everybody has a different background. Everybody has a different story. So you're never going to be exactly like somebody else. And that's the greatest thing that you could ever ask for, to never be like anybody else and to only be like yourself. So once I realized that I have a lot of really great qualities to me, and I have a really great heart, and I have a funny personality, those are things that kind of built up my self-esteem a bit. And I just felt more comfortable with how I looked, no matter what size I was. And it's more for me right now about remaining healthy and staying true to myself and very on the path of wellness and happiness and healthiness. So that's where I'm at now. The struggle was about 10 years from end to end, and it was definitely the most difficult period of my life. I wouldn't wish it on anyone in the world, but I know that a lot of girls and guys go through these kind of things as well. So I thought I would share my story with you guys and just kind of dab into it and let you guys know that it does get so much better. I love my life now. I have moved to California from New York after I was healthy enough to do that. I would have never been able to do that if I was still in the state that I was in. And I regained my family, and I've experienced so many good times with my family now, and I can't imagine having missed anything more than I already missed. So it's been a blessing for me. It hasn't always been easy. I feel like you're kind of always in the recovery phase of things, and you do have to work on yourself and your recovery every single day. It's a conscious decision that you need to really stick to, and you need to really look at yourself every day and tell yourself that you're worth recovery, and you're worth being healthy, and you're worth being here on this earth. And things are always going to be better. There's always something better coming your way. If you really believe that there's something better coming, it will come. So that's what I've kind of been practicing a lot lately, is like putting that energy into the world that, you know, good things will come my way if I give good to the world. So I really encourage you guys to kind of do the same and to change your train of thought about yourself, because you'll see that your whole mood changes and your attitude changes, and then you'll want to go out and you'll want to experience new things, and your weight and your looks won't really matter that much. It'll be more about just living your life and enjoying every single day. So if you guys can relate to my story, or if you guys want to hear a little more about it, maybe a little more details, let me know in the comments below. Or if you have a similar story that you want to tell me, that you could relate to me, you can leave that in the comments below, and I'll probably do a follow-up video to this. With any kind of questions that you guys have, I'll answer those. And like I said, I'll probably get a little more into detail as to my journey, because it was a lot more intense than I just explained. But I just wanted to make this a video because I wanted you guys to know, if you're going through this, it does get better. I promise you it gets better. And you can be a very happy person, and you can look yourself in the mirror every single day and just say, I'm good enough. And that was something I really never knew I would get to, that point of saying I'm good enough and I deserve everything life has to offer. But I'm there now, and you guys can get there too. So like I said, if you guys have a similar story, or if you guys want to hear more about this, you can leave it in the comments below, and I'll probably be making another video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them. And just remember, you guys, things are going to be amazing for you. Just stick it out and try to think positively and get the help that you need if you really need help, because nobody else can help you unless you're ready to help yourself. And that is the most important lesson that I learned, that nobody can do this for you. This is something you need to decide to do for yourself, and you are worth it. So if you guys like this video, remember to like it so I know to do a little more personal story times. But until next time, remember to like, comment, and subscribe.